Alright everyone, next up we've got a couple videos. This first video, or actually all the videos, we've got squat, deadlift, and bench, form reviews and fixes. So first up we're going to watch the squat and then we'll provide any commentary as we go. So you can see from the caption here we're doing 87% for a set of 6. No real complaints from me. It looks like you've got some tightness issues, but so does everybody, especially when they start pushing it a little bit. Really, I'm wondering if you're using your belt properly because that looks really cinched down. You want to brace your abs like you're bracing for a punch. Like somebody's about to punch you in the stomach and you're tightening up your abs in that way. If you just like your belt that tight, that's fine, but I'm wondering, that's tighter than I normally see it. With that said, yeah, I mean, there's not a lot that I would say you're doing wrong in this and that you need to actively fix, at least not that I see. You're well above the 80% technique heuristic that we normally talk about, so I would say continue to focus on getting strong. Yeah, I don't really see a problem with any of that. So moving on to your deadlift here. Oh, just a single here. So this is a personal best single that goes pretty darn fast, so I think there's definitely more in the tank there. Again, you could be a little bit tighter. You could pull a little more slack out of the bar. I have a video on this channel, or on the main RTS YouTube channel, about using the lats in your deadlift. We'll post a link up for that one, and yeah, I would like you to take a look at that. I think that'll be helpful for helping you to get a little bit tighter in the bottom. Yeah, it's just a tightness thing. It takes a while to learn. Pause deadlifts are really helpful to learning how to improve your tightness in the bottom of the pull. Still, though, you're still above the 80% technique line, so I don't have any problems with you continuing to pull how you're, just how you're doing here. Tightness is something that you're never tight enough. As the weight gets heavier, you're just not tight enough for a heavier weight. So you get stronger, you're able to build more tightness, and then you use a heavier weight and you're not tight enough again. So it's a perpetual thing. It's part of getting strong. So it's something that you'll always want to work on. Your back remains fairly flat. There's not a lot of hip rise or anything like that. So I don't really see anything that I would say is a problem. I don't even know what people would nitpick this about other than the tightness issue. So good work on the pull as well. So let's take a look at your bench here. This is a 3-count pause bench. So going from here. You've got long arms, and it may be kind of thrown off by the plates a little bit. By the way, I like the little picture-in-picture thing that you've got going on in this video. You're pressing a little bit in a straight line. It gets better as you get fatigued, but it gets better for everybody as they get fatigued. So what I want to highlight is kind of in this side view, the first move of the bar should be kind of back toward your face a little bit. And then you flare the elbows as you pass mid-range, and then it gets straighter up over the shoulders. So you touch low and tucked about where you are now. You could even stand to tuck your elbows just a tiny bit more. It won't be dramatic, but just a tiny bit more, and that'll help your bar path. So the first move from here is to push the bar up, but get it back over your shoulders by the time you hit about mid-range. So it's going to slant back like this, and then once you hit about mid-range and you're kind of passing that sticking point, you're going to flare your elbows out and push it back up in a straight line over your shoulders toward the lockout. So it makes kind of a sort of an S curve, and there's some interesting research that's been done on bar path for elite bench pressers, and you can see that that's how the best bench pressers press. Pressing in a straight line, whether it's straight up or even back at a slant, seems to be less than optimal. So you can see as you get tired, you do that a little bit more because it's kind of a natural thing to do. It looks like you're fighting it, like you're trying to push it in a straight line, which you don't have to. That's not going to be best for you in the long run. Yeah, tuck your elbows a little bit more, and you can touch a little bit lower on your chest. You're touching right at, looks like the midline of your pecs. You could touch at the bottom of your pecs, even below that, kind of toward the bottom of your ribs. More around here-ish, if you can see my mouse. So tuck those elbows in and try to bring it in a little bit lower. As far as bench grip width, you look a little bit narrow, but some people like it that way. I also don't know if you have any shoulder issues that are causing that. The grip width isn't a huge concern, though, to be honest. And you also have long arms, so it maybe looks more narrow than it really is. But yeah, with that said, that's my advice for you technically on the bench press.